Welcome everybody to another edition of Talking with Heroes talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, your host. Behind the camera, Ron Link, retired Army Ranger, 20-year veteran. Appreciate Ron for all the help you're doing to make these good videos for us, for the American people. And it's talkingwithheroes.com is our main site. Thankyouforyourservice.us is our online news site. Daily news from the PAOs and other sources from Iraq and Afghanistan and around the world. And we're still here in Iraq. We have some more things to do, another place to go. And we're here at Camp Ramadi and with the 2nd Brigade, 82nd Airborne at a Fort Bragg. And they're known as the Falcon Brigade. And their mascot is Red Falcons, which is behind these two gentlemen here. And their mascot. And we're going to be talking now to the headquarters. They're from headquarters and headquarters company. They're both medics. And Second Lieutenant Chris Gill and Staff Sergeant Davis. So why don't we start with you, sir? Introduce yourself to the American people. Talk about how long you served and where you're from.
All right. Second Lieutenant Chris Gill. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've been in the Army for about a little over a year. West Point graduate. And I'm a medical service officer, platoon leader for the medical platoon, and all the medics here in 1st Battalion, 325th.
So 1 year, and here you are in Iraq.
Yep, just got here with right at about my year mark.
Wow.
Got over here for the deployment. So.
Okay, good.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Staff Sergeant Davis. I've been in the Army for about 8.5 years now. Served in Hawaii, Fort Bragg, Fort Benning, and now Fort Bragg again. And I am the battalion senior medic here at 1325 Airborne Infantry Regiment.
Okay, now you've been to Afghanistan prior to this, right?
Yes, Afghanistan in 2007, 2008.
As a medic?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Why don't you both talk about your mission here, what you do? You can start, you want.
Okay. Well, our mission here is to provide medical support for our infantry battalion, as well as all of our attachments here, as well as to help advise and assist and train the Iraqi army that are out here. And
we've got our medics spread out throughout the companies that work in the battalion, being the combat line medic with these infantrymen, and we plan all the health support for the battalion, everything from sick call to moving guys around the country to see different doctors and things. Like Sergeant Davis said, we also do missions with the Iraqis in terms of training them. Currently, we have a trauma training class going on with our Iraqi counterparts, just training them up on treating trauma, how to help each other, self-aid, buddy aid, and just trying to make them a little more proficient in the skills that they might need every day as soldiers.
And was this what you were talking about before we went on the air, that they said they were short of medics? Could you help?
Roger. So in some of our initial meetings with my counterpart from one of the Iraqi brigades, they mentioned they were short on medics. They have a limited number for each of their units, and just being able to train up they're just regular soldiers, they're infantrymen, on these medical skills that are pretty critical for all soldiers to know. They've been really receptive and grateful for the training that we've been giving them.
You want to add to that?
I would just say that the observing the training, all these IA soldiers are very, very proactive. They pay attention, they learn well, and then they demonstrate that proficiency that they've learned. So it's definitely a success.
What is your experience from the time you got here till now? Have you seen changes since you got here, progress? Or
I would just say that I know that right now there's a good rapport between us and them, and we just intend to keep it that way and then continue to build our relations.
And they're right near here, right?
That's correct. They're just adjacent to us.
Okay.
One thing that I have seen is more of a desire from them to take the lead. I came in kind of thinking we would run all the training, everything, but I've seen more of a desire from them to us sort of step back a little bit, give them maybe just a push in the right direction, and then they can take over from there and train their own people more than us conducting all the training.
Yeah, sure. Do you have any of the soldiers coming in because of the heat?
Not too much.
They
We
get
haven't
pretty
seen.
used to it and they drink a lot of
I think
water.
they've gotten pretty used to it. We preach a lot of hydration,
Yeah.
and just the first couple weeks here, guys getting acclimatized to the heat, getting used to it. But we haven't seen too many heat injuries, if none at all. I don't think.
There's one Fallujah, that's it.
Yeah. So nothing too serious, but it's definitely a big change from Fort Bragg in the early spring to coming right out here, jumping into the 110, 120 degree weather.
Yeah, it started out this morning, not too bad, but then it heats up pretty quick.
Yeah. Once the sun comes up, it gets
Yeah.
pretty warm out there.
Yeah, the cables were even getting hot. I mean, just holding on to it. We were outside filming. It's like, wow.
Yeah. And anything that's dark,
Yeah.
black, it just attracts that heat.
Yeah. What about care packages? If you can talk about that, are you getting them from home or organizations, and what does it mean to you?
I know. Just today we brought in a mail, and they fill up these trucks for all the guys. Personally, I've been getting a lot of stuff from my family and my friends from home. Mail day is just like Christmas. We love getting packages, seeing what people are sending to us. And I mean, for me specifically, I've gotten ones from a VFW post in my brother's hometown in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, and they sent me. I got 3 or 4 boxes from them, just stuff, and it's great to get things from people at home, especially people you don't know, who just to know they're thinking about you, and being able to get things that we might need here that we can't always get from everyone back home. So it's been great for me for my first deployment to see all the kind of support that we get.
Have you been getting letters and pictures, drawings, or?
A little bit. A lot of stuff like that came in with some of these packages I got from the VFW. So
Great, yeah, VFW does a good job.
they do.
Care
Very,
packages,
very
yeah.
appreciative for everything they do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What about you?
So far, we're living pretty good over here, so I've just gotten a few care packages from my wife, but otherwise, nothing too much. But my last time I was getting a lot of care packages from a church down in Houston, Texas, and it was awesome. You know, like you said, it's like Christmas when you get a
Right.
package, raises your morale right through the roof.
So if one of the organizations hears this and decides they want to send you a care package, they'll email me your APO, right?
Absolutely,
I appreciate
most
that.
definitely.
A lot of the groups listen to these programs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for everything you guys do. We appreciate it, seriously.
Yep.
We appreciate it a lot.
Why don't you give a shout out to family and friends back home? Just look in the camera, take your time.
Just say hey to my family, mom and dad, my brother, sister-in-law, everybody back in Upper Darby and Philly, who's back there thinking about you guys. Can't wait to see you when I get home.
Just want to say hey to my wife, Kristen, all my relatives down there in Texas, and then just friends around the Army and around the country, Fort Bragg, Fort Benning, everywhere else you guys may be. Just hey.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Keep in touch. Okay. Once again, folks, you've heard it here on TalkingWithHeroes.com here in Iraq at Camp Ramadi. We have more interviews to do, more that we're going to be covering here before I head over to Afghanistan. So as these videos start coming out, well, hopefully you're watching this one, help us get these videos across America. Those of you that are on YouTube or Facebook, it's really easy just to click that share button when you're watching these videos, and it's on your page now. And then you can send it out to your friends. So we would appreciate if you would do that. We need to get these stories out to millions of people across the country. So we'll be back with more. Also, I want to thank Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University made this trip happen, embryriddle.edu, and Mark Lydon, DoThisGetHired.com. Without Embry-Riddle, we probably wouldn't be here. And they're also helping get the word out too, so we're really appreciative of that. So we'll be back with more from Iraq on TalkingWithHeroes.com.